Hello, everybody. It's story time with Teacher Gabe. Today we're reading The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. Alright, The Snowy Day. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. Crunch, 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 his feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointed out like this. He walked with his toes pointed in like that. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks, and he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. It was a stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. That's a good way to get the snow to fall off the tree. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. That's why you don't go smacking random trees. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he knew he wasn't old enough. Not yet. So he made a smiling snowman, and he made angels. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big tall heaping mountain of snow and slid all the way down. That sounds like a good time. He picked up a handful of snow and another and still another. He packed it round and firm and put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. And he thought and thought and thought about them. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad. While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling. After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow. Right, and that was The Snowy Day. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to keep snowballs in your pockets. It's a good way for them to melt. All right, next we have Russell's Christmas Magic by Rob Scotton. Scotton? Yep, sounds about right. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm probably going to have to make this a little bigger. 'Twas the night before Christmas in Frog's Bottom Field. Not a creature was stirring. Let's see. Frog's Bottom Field is a strange name. Russell, as he was hanging the very last lantern on the old tree, a shooting star caught his eye. Closer and closer it came, brighter and brighter, and then, whoosh! The shooting star snuffed out the lanterns and came down somewhere in Firefly Wood. Excuse me. Now Christmas is ruined, Russell gasped, groaned. And he trudged off to investigate. He came upon a small, round man brushing snow from his belly. Santa! Russell exclaimed. You see. You shouldn't see me, Santa said. The sleigh is broken, and so is the Christmas spell. Christmas must be canceled. The sleigh was beyond repair. First, Christmas is ruined, and now it's canceled, said Russell. What's a Santa to do? He raced to his workshop, grabbed his tool chest, and headed for a snowy mound. Russell dug and dug until a rusty old car emerged. How can that help? Santa asked inside. So Russell welded this part to that. He hammered and sawed and banged and clattered. Finally, he turned to Santa. Well, Russell asked sheepishly. Oh, that's funny. Sheepishly. He's a sheep. Russell, it's wondrous, magnificent, a thing of beauty, a work of genius, Santa gushed. Will it work? As Santa harnessed the reindeer to the new sleigh, they began to disappear. I can't see you, said Russell. You see, you can't see me. The sleigh is fixed, and so is the Christmas spell, cried Santa. Christmas is uncancelled. Will you come with us? Asked Santa. Will we be gone for long? Asked Russell. For the blink of an eye, he replied. Russell felt for the sleigh and climbed aboard. I can see you again, he said to Santa. Of course, now you're part of the Christmas spell, cried Santa. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. O Comet, O Cupid, O Dawn. Did I say Donder? Donder and Blitzen. I didn't know one of them was named Donder. Up, up, higher and higher they flew. Across land, across oceans they sped. Through the magical northern lights they passed. They visited all the children of the world and left presents for each and every one. In the blink of an eye, they were back in Frog's Bottom Field. Santa waved his hand and presents appeared. Santa gave Russell the very last present. Inside was a tiny glass bauble. Russell hung the ornament on the tree where it flickered and glowed. Soon it shone with all the brilliance of the northern lights. It's a little bit of the Christmas spell just for you, said Santa. And now it's time. It's time to go. Goodbye, Russell, the sheep that saved Christmas, cried Santa, and Merry Christmas to you. All right, and that was Russell's Christmas Magic. All right, and next we have A Pirate's Night Before Christmas. Let's see, by Philip Yates and illustrated by Sebastia Serra. Let me see if it's clear. Yep, looks like Sebastia Serra. All right, I'm gonna have to make this one bigger too. 'Twas the night before Christmas, aboard the Black Sark. Yep, aboard the Black Sark. Not a creature was stirring, not even a shark. The stockings were stuck to the bowsprit with tar, in hopes that Sir Peggy soon would be there. The pirates were snoring like pigs in their beds, while visions of treasure chests danced in their heads. Can't really read this one. And I, with me spyglass and scruffy old dog, stood watch in the crow's nest for the ships in the fog. When out in the mist that arose such a racket, I slid down the mast with me sword to attack it. Away to the poop deck, I ran very fast. I threw off the anchor and shouted, Avast! This one is a little harder to read for me. Straight up from the sea, in the foamy white spray, flew 8 giant seahorses pulling a sleigh. A mean-looking driver, hoisting one leg. Well, shiver me timbers! It must be Sir Peg. I guess that's the pirates' version of Santa Claus, Sir Peg. More sluggish than flounders, his coursers, they came, and he whistled and snarled and called them by name. Now Salty, now Scurvy, now Sinbad and Molly. O Cutthroat, O Cross-Eyes, O Roger and Jolly. To the top of the sail, to the tip of the mast, now dash away, dash away, dash away fast. And then with a cry and a crack of his whip, down came his sleigh on the deck of our ship. A jolly old sea dog, enormously fat, and so was the parrot that perched on his hat. He was dressed all in black from his head to his heels, and his clothes were all covered with seaweed and eels. His eye how it twinkled, his dreadlocks how twiny, his scars were like crossbones, his gold tooth how shiny. His mouth was turned up with a nasty old look, the silver gleamed sharp on the point of his hook. A scary white skull he had hung on his ear, soon gave me to know I had nothing to fear. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his sack, and stuffed all the stockings with coins and hardtack. The black sark was soon filled with holiday cheer, and loaded with gifts for each good buccaneer. Anchors and hornpipes and cackle fruit eggs, pearls and red sashes for Bonnie and Meg, a cauldron for cook filled with pieces of shank, and just for the cap'n, a shiny new plank. But oh, me heart broken and tears in my eyes, I said to meself, blimey, where's my prize? But he hopped in his sleigh, to his team gave a roar. It's time to return to the briny deep floor. Then just when I thought me worst Christmas day, a parchment of paper flew down from the sleigh. And it was the best present I ever got. A map to a treasure. Xmas marks the spot. I laughed and I danced and I shouted with glee, as up in his sleigh and then down in the sea. But I heard him exclaim, ere he splashes 'neath a star, Merry Christmas. Whew, I cannot read that. Merry Christmas, me buckos, and a Happy New Year. There we go. I don't know why my eyes just could not read that last sentence. All right. And that was a Pirate's Night Before Christmas. And that's all the stories I have for today. Thank you guys for reading with me. I hope you guys have a good day.